Have you ever had your bail bondsman ask you out? I was sitting in county lockup at 2 a.m. on a Tuesday, mascara running down my face, when I realized my life had officially hit rock bottom. Not because I'd been arrested for punching my ex-boyfriend's windshield with a golf club, he deserved that, but because I had to call my sister Natalie for bail money. She'd never let me live this down. The guard handed me the phone. Natalie answered on the first ring, already annoyed. "What now, Vera?" I explained the situation. She sighed so loud I could feel it through the receiver. "I'm not giving you $5,000 to get out of jail for being stupid." Click. I sat there for another 3 hours before the guard came back. "Your bail's been posted." I looked up confused. "By who?" He shrugged. "Some bondsman named Dante. Says he knows you." I'd never heard of any Dante. Walking out into the harsh fluorescent lights of the jail's release area, I saw him, tall, wearing an expensive-looking leather jacket, with the kind of confidence that came from getting people out of terrible situations for a living. "Vera?" he asked. I nodded, still confused. "Your sister called me, said you needed help but she wasn't enabling your behavior anymore." Great. Even my bail was a life lesson from Natalie. I followed him to his office, a surprisingly nice place downtown with leather chairs and certificates covering the walls. As he filled out paperwork, he kept glancing at me. "Rough night?" he asked. I laughed bitterly. "Rough year." He slid the papers across the desk. "Sign here. You'll owe 10%, so $500, plus you have to show up for court next month." I signed, hands shaking slightly. "I don't have $500 right now." He leaned back in his chair. "We can work out a payment plan." Over the next 2 weeks, I stopped by his office every few days to make small payments. $50 here, $75 there, whatever I could scrape together from my waitressing job. Dante was always there, always had coffee ready, always asked how I was doing. Not in a creepy way, but like he genuinely cared. One evening, I brought my latest payment. Dante was closing up, jacket off, sleeves rolled up. He looked tired. "Long day?" I asked. He smiled. "Had to track down 3 people who skipped bail. One was hiding in his ex-girlfriend's attic." We both laughed. Then he looked at me seriously. "Can I ask you something? Why'd you hit his windshield?" I hadn't told anyone the real reason. Found out he'd been stealing from my grandmother. She has dementia, and he was taking money from her purse during Sunday dinners. Dante's face darkened. "That's messed up." I nodded. "The police wouldn't do anything without proof, so I handled it myself." He studied me for a moment. "You want to grab dinner?" "Not as your bail bondsman, just as Dante." I stared at him. "Are you seriously asking me out? You literally bailed me out of jail." He grinned. "Best meet cute story ever." I should have said no. Every rational part of my brain screamed this was inappropriate, but something about him felt different. "One condition," I said. "We go somewhere that doesn't remind me of jail." He laughed. "Deal." We went to this tiny Italian place across town. Over pasta and wine, I learned Dante became a bondsman after his brother died in jail, waiting for bail money their family couldn't afford. He learned I was a photographer before my life imploded. We talked until the restaurant closed, then sat in his car talking more. "This is weird, right?" I said. "Dating your bail bondsman?" He thought about it. "Probably. But I've seen people at their worst moments every day for 10 years. You're the first one who made me want to know their best moments too." My court date arrived faster than expected. Dante drove me there, waited outside during the hearing. The charges were reduced to a misdemeanor, small fine, community service. Walking out, I found him leaning against his car. "So," he said, "now that you're not technically my client anymore." That was 18 months ago. Last week, Dante proposed at that same Italian restaurant. He got down on one knee and said, "Vera, you crashed into my life literally and figuratively. Will you marry me?" The ring was perfect. Simple. Nothing like the chaos of how we met. My sister still can't believe it. "You're marrying your bail bondsman?" she says at every family dinner. That's insane. Maybe it is. But Dante saw me at my absolute worst and still wanted to take me to dinner. He posted my bail when my own family wouldn't. He turned the worst night of my life into the beginning of the best chapter. The wedding is next month. We're having it at the courthouse. Seemed fitting. His bondsman friends, my photographer friends, all mixing together. We even invited the arresting officer. He RSVP'd yes. Said he wouldn't miss it for anything. Sometimes the worst decisions lead to the best outcomes. Sometimes you have to hit rock bottom to find someone willing to post bail on your heart.